Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are safe, you are well, and you are with people you care about who also care for you. If this chicken and garden update looks similar, it's because I filmed it last week alongside the other one. I have been taking a week off this week, and that is not because I'm being lazy, it's because I think everybody needs time off to rest and recuperate. And this month has been particularly bothersome for me and my beloved, and we've had to deal with a lot of stuff. We had a family death, and then as some of you will know, my beloved was laid off after nearly laid off. Sorry, I nearly fell. She was laid off after working for the same company for 11 years. Sorry, I was trying to put this on this cucumber right here because it has decided to droop a little, and these 3D printed clips are great at helping the cucumber stay in the right direction. And then I dropped another one down here, so let me retrieve this one. These are my cucumbers. These ones here are my, which ones are they? My Telegraph Improved, and then I've got some pickling cucumbers through here, and then I probably down here have this fellow down here that's trying to grow sideways is in fact a lemon cucumber. So I need to retrieve this fellow and encourage this cucumber to go that away. I'll need to get another stick and do that, because they will lie down on the job, as it were, unless you put another stake in. And that unfortunately is what it's like in the greenhouse right now. But the reason I'm here is I want to show you that I have my first tomatoes of the season. These are the Seattle Best of All tomatoes. I have never grown these before. They are a local variety. You live in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle's not too far away, and they are supposed to be incredibly high yielding and very good for local climates, and they have been the first to fruit so far this year. I also need to have a word with this tomato that is doing its darndest to not grow, excuse me, I will show you in a second, to not grow in the right direction. Like, I've just had to clip that one up. I need to 3D print some more clips. I have some larger clips back in the house. If they look a little wilted, it's because it's been really freaking hot today at the house, and some of these tomatoes have been getting a little bit enthusiastic, and that is normal for this time of year. You'll see that I've cut a lot of the lower limbs off. That's because I want to encourage the air to circulate. If you don't have any fresh air circulating, then what you end up with is you get a bit of a breeding ground for blight and other infections. So it's really important. And like I say, these two Seattle Best tomatoes, this one's got some tomatoes on it as well, but this one's definitely got some down there. So we are at that point in the year when we are starting to see lots and lots of tomato flowers. And one of the things that I really love is just how much variety there is in the tomato world. So this is a variety of tomato called stew peas. It's one that you can use for, it's quite kind of all purpose, but you can use it in sauces and all kinds of things. If you look at the leaf on this one, and then you look at the leaf on this one is a heritage variety. I think this one is probably a Brandywine. I don't think it says on the label that it's a Brandywine, but it definitely looks like a Brandywine. This one is definitely a Brandywine here. And then if you go to the Seattle's Best of All, see that one? That looks, and the different textures that they have. And then this one here, what is this one? Let's have a look. Oh, that one is a Brandywine. I was wrong. So the Brandywine, the one I said was a Brandywine, is in fact not a Brandywine. So that is a Brandywine. It doesn't have the same sort of shape. But then if you look over here, this one looks very different. And these ones are San Marzano, I think. They're the kind of the Italian style pasta tomatoes. I also want to point out, in addition to having my first tomato, I also have my first bell pepper. You probably can't see it, it's right down there. My first bell pepper of the season, which is great. So things have been growing here at the house. Obviously this is a week late. I'm picking things to show you that I didn't show you in the last video, but one of the awesome things we're seeing right now is that the sunflowers are really coming on and they're really starting to shoot up. Hello, Charlie. Are you in a good mood or a bad mood? I think he's in a bad mood. Charlie, be like that. Charlie bit my finger. He's never bitten my finger, but I think he's got pretty close on multiple occasions. The other thing I wanted to show you is that even though we've cut down on the number of blackberries and brambles, we do have some coming here. Look at this. It's not going to be long before it's blackberry jam time. And the sad thing I want to admit here is that I've still got jam from last year. My beloved hasn't been eating it. I've been the only one eating it, so I've still got some from last year. So maybe if you're local and you want some jam, let me know. I'm going to finish by showing you my honeysuckle, which has been drawing not only loads of amazing insects to just in front of the house, and I'm going to show you here, we've got some sunflowers coming up here, we've got some borage, we've got some hollyhocks, more sunflowers. In addition to all of that, the honeysuckle has been attracting the hummingbirds, and you'll be like by the back door or by the front door and you'll hear this insane buzzing sound, and it's a hummingbird coming to take a drink. And it is, I think, for someone who grew up in a country that doesn't have hummingbirds, it's one of my greatest pleasures of being here in the Pacific Northwest in nature, is seeing them come and enjoy something like the honeysuckle. Anyway, tell me what's going on in your garden. Thank you for watching. If you have celebrated, I hope you had a wonderful July 4th. If you haven't watched the Sunday musings, go watch them as well. And I know that we didn't do a 10 this week, but we'll be back to normal next week. I think we just all needed a bit of a break, me especially. Yeah, normal service will be resumed shortly. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on either side of me right now. They are the reason we are still making these videos. As I said, my beloved lost her job at the start of June, and without all of these amazing people, we wouldn't be doing this anymore, because my wife's income paid the bills and TE paid the salary of everyone who works at TE except myself. And now I need to pay myself in order to help with the household bills. So without your support, we wouldn't be doing this. So if you would like to join up, you can do so from $1.50 a month. Go to patreon.com/transportevolved, or you can sign up on our YouTube site and support us that way. And every little helps, but only if you are financially able to do it. Don't put yourself in financial dire straits to help us. That's not okay. Anyway, thank you for being the amazing change that we need to see in the world. Make sure you tell the important people in your life that they are so, and I will see you this time next week. Keep evolving.